So, hello and welcome to a brand new playlist on HTML and CSS, where in this playlist we start everything from basics. And I can assure you that after completing this playlist, you'll be able to build your own front end web pages from scratch. So, without wasting any time, let's get started with our first lecture. So, first of all, what is HTML? Okay, HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language, and it is the standard markup language used to create web pages. Okay, so HTML gives you structure and meaning to web content like text, images, buttons, and links. So, note this very important thing that HTML is not a programming language. Why? Why? Because a programming language consists things like logic, loops, and variables. But in HTML, there is nothing. There is no such things. Okay, so this is how the basic HTML syntax looks like. We'll have a .html extension to create a HTML files. So this is how you write the syntax. We'll not go much about the syntax. We'll just go through the syntax part bit later. And in browser output, you'll get like this. Okay, so before we start coding, let's talk about tools you need. So first, a web browser. I would recommend you should go with Chrome browser, and next, code editor. For code editor, the best preferred is VS Code, and it is widely used in every companies too. So to download VS Code, go to your web browser and search VS Code. Click on the first link and click on download. Okay, you can see Windows, Linux, and Mac. So my system is Windows. I'll go for Windows, and yeah, download has been started. Cool, the download has been started. Let's wait till it completes. Okay, once the download completes, click on it. Just accept the terms and condition. Click on next. You can create a desktop icon. Let this all be checked. Then click next. Then click on install. Mine has been already installed, so I'll cancel this. Yes. Okay, to open it, you go search VS Code. Okay, Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is how the VS Code interface looks like. So before starting, we need to install some extension. So go to extension tab and search live server. Click on this and install this. This is basically to see your front end web pages output, like how does it looks on the web browser. Okay, then let's head back to our PPT. Okay, after code editor, you need to structure your project files. So as we discussed in previous slide, the file extension should be .html and the main file should be index.html. What does this main file means? Main file means if you open any website, the first page that loads is called the main file, and you'll name it as index.html. Okay, and the asset folders. Asset folder is nothing but images, and your styling files will be kept on asset folder in separate folder with the same parent folder. We'll discuss it now. So, okay, now the project explorer. So you can see this is your parent folder. Then you'll place an index.html file. This is your main file. So main entry. Then in asset folder, in the same parent folder, you'll have an asset folder. Inside that, you will keep CSS folder, and inside the CSS folder, you'll have style.css. This .css is for CSS file extensions. We'll come to CSS part a bit later. Then we'll have images folder where we keep all our images, PNG, JPG, or anything. Then we'll have a JS folder where we keep our JavaScript files, script.js. Okay, as we saw, always name your file with index.html main file, and the naming should be like this. It should not have any spaces. It should contain a hyphen, or you can without any hyphen, and everything should be in small letters. You can keep it in capital letters also, but it's good practice to maintain all as in small letters and keep it organized. Like you don't need to put all this in one folder itself. You need to separate them, like index.html separately and assets folder. Inside asset folder, you'll have CSS folder, images folder, and JavaScript folder. You need to organize your folders. So we'll understand the basic HTML structure. At the start, you will have a doc type HTML. So what is this doc type HTML? This doc type HTML tells your web browser that this document is an HTML file. You got it? This doc type HTML tells the browser that this document is an HTML document. Cool? Makes sense? And we have HTML tag inside. This tag wraps the entire HTML content. You can see this tag is opened here and it has been closed here. So this tag contains the whole HTML document. And the lang en. This lang en means it helps the screen readers and search engine understand the page language. So en is nothing but English. And next the head tag. So head tag contains the important information about the web pages like title and the meta tag and the links to CSS files. We'll see what all these things when we start coding. So next comes the body tag. So the body tag contains everything the user can see on web pages. Okay, got it? Body tag contains everything that a user can see on web pages like text, images, buttons, forms, and many more. So we saw doc type, root element is nothing but HTML, the head tag, and the body tag. Let's come back to our VS Code and let's go here. Let's open a folder. Yeah, let's open folder somewhere and let's create a new folder. Let's say HTML lecture 1 folder. Let's open this. Okay, our folder has been loaded to VS Code. In left side, you can see your folder structure and right side, you can code. So click on these icons to create a new file. Let's name it as index.html. Okay, now here just click the exclamatory mark and then click enter. Just click enter. So you can see the whole boiler template has been loaded. So this is the same thing. See doc type HTML, then HTML tags, then the head tag, then our body tag, then the HTML closing tag. So what you need to do? Let me select all. Just click an exclamatory mark and then press enter. Okay, got it? Okay, now let's move on. Okay, important tags we had seen that HTML head tag, title tag, and body tag. So what is this title tag? So here you can see the title tag. Let me add some code here. Let's say hello world. So after writing your code, just click on go live button here. This button comes when you install the live server extension. Click on go live. Here you can see. You see this hello world has been. You can see the hello world. Cool. And what is this title? Title we have document. So here you can see the name on this tab, right? This is called the title. If you change it to HTML lecture 1 and then see, you can see HTML lecture 1. So this is the use of title tag in head. Okay, now we have seen the body tag also. Now let's move forward. Heading hierarchy. So we have HTML provides 6 heading tags. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So what does this mean? H1 means the main page title. So let's code this anyway. So let's say H1 hello world. And then let's copy this thing. Let's say click on Alt Shift and down arrow. Just click on this. So you can let's change this to hello world 2. Okay, there is some extra thing here. Let me remove this. Okay, so let's say this as H3, H4, H5, and H6. Okay, let's go to our website. Okay, so here you can see the H1 is more bigger, H2 is more small, and then H6. Cool. So these are called the heading tags. So when do we use the H1 tag? H1 is main page title. If you have anything main page title, we'll use H1. Then H2 refers to you have any sections. Like suppose you have about section and you have footer section. So there you'll use H2 tag to specify this is an about section and this is an footer section. Then subsection title will use H3 inside this major section. Cool. And then topic header inside this subsection you have any topic you use H4. Then any for points bullet points you'll use H5. Then for any minor labels we'll use H6 tag. So you got to know H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 and H6. Why do we use headings? Headings help structure your content properly. Cool. And these are mostly used for SEO too. So what does this SEO means? Search engine optimization. So whenever you search anything, so let's suppose I'll search HTML. So you can see W3 schools has popped up start before Wikipedia because this W3 schools has higher SEO than Wikipedia. So the best practice would be use only one H1 tag per page. You need to use only one H1 tag. Don't use multiple H1 tags, and always maintain the levels, like go from H1, H2, H3. Don't jump from H1 to H4 and then H4 to H2. Don't do that. It will be poor SEO and it would not maintain your web page structure properly. So the next concept is common elements. So p tag is nothing but p tag is used for paragraphs. You can write any paragraphs in p tag. You need to open up p tag. This is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. Well, in opening tag you just specify p, and in closing tag you specify a slash. Opening tag and closing tag. And to enter any link you'll use this thing a href, and then a is the anchor tag and href is the link where you want to redirect the user. Okay. So what is a tag? A tag means an anchor tag. A is an anchor tag and href is the link where you want to redirect the user. Cool. And this is the image tag. Image tag doesn't have a closing tag. Image tag is an self closing element. So in image we give an src. Src is nothing but the path to the image file. So what does this alt tag mean? So alt tag means suppose your image is not loaded properly in your website, then it will show the alt text on that website. So if this image is not loaded, then this alt tag text will be loaded in place of that image. Okay, all things make sense. So this is how it looks in the output screen. In p tag we had given HTML, then the link tag, then the image tag. We'll go to our VS Code and write the same code to see the output. Okay, this was the previous code what we had coded. Let's remove all this thing. So let's add a paragraph tag and let's name it as HTML lecture 1 by coding Kali. And then we'll add a anchor tag. Just press A and then click enter. So you'll get an anchor tag. So in href, what we need to provide? We need to provide a link that redirects user to that location. So let's add let's say for now let's add google.com. Okay, let's see how it loads in our okay. So mm, so anchor tag is not present. So here you need to specify anything. Click me. Okay, you can see the anchor tag. If you click here, it redirects to okay Google. Okay, this is it has. I need to specify the full link HTTP. Okay, now I'll reload, then click. Okay, you can see it has been redirected to google.com. Okay, let's go back and let's create an image tag now. Just press image. Okay, it loads the full thing. So I had already downloaded the image. So let me open in downloads this one. I'll just drag and drop this here. Okay, before that let me structure it. Asset folder, and inside this asset I'll create an other folder named images, and inside this images I'll put this photo. Now here what I need to specify, first we need to go for assets folder, then inside assets folder I have images folder, and inside this I have that image. Okay, image name. Okay, this one I'll just do it like this building, and then I'll do it as building.jpg. Okay, now let me see our side. Okay, see, look, I have zoomed in. Okay, the both have been okay. You have HTML first p tag, then we have the link tag, then beside that we have this image tag. Just uh, don't look at the styling thing, just understand the concept of HTML. Once we are done with HTML, we move to CSS, then we'll learn how to structure this page properly. Okay, so what is this alt tag? Let's say I'll add a building here. So there is nothing changed. Let me do this. Suppose had given some other link. So you can see this building here. If I write some other thing, it will be the same thing here too. Just like you can see the colleague. Okay, so let's move to our PPT. Okay, what is p tag? P tag is nothing but a paragraph tag, and anchor tag is nothing but a link where you want to redirect a user. And then this is the image tag. Image tag is a self-closing tag. We don't need to specify the closing tag here. Okay, perfect. So next, the syntax breakdown. So just for now, ignore this class is equal to lead, ID is equal to intro, because we'll uh, learn this in CSS part. So we'll have a starting, we have a p tag, this the opening tag, then this is the closing tag. Then inside this we'll have the attributes. Attributes will have a key and the value. So key is class, then the value. Here the other key is ID and the value. Okay, and in between the opening and closing tag, we'll have our content. For image tag, image is a self-closing tag, and for link, we'll have a href. Okay, understood? Okay, perfect. So we saw the anatomy. We'll have the opening tag, closing tag, and in between we'll have the content. So attributes, you can see we have class, ID, src is also this one src, and then href. Okay, and the void element is nothing but which self closes itself, which don't needs a closing tag. We have image and br, hr, and input. So image we had learned, br is nothing but break the line. Let's suppose here, mm, let me add it as jpg. So here you can see this both are on same line. So here you just add a br tag, and you see all are lined one by one. Click me is here and this is here. Okay, BR tag is understood now. HR tag is nothing but it puts an horizontal line. Let's see how does it look. HR. Okay, HR. You can see the line here, horizontal line. And the input tag is nothing but it takes an input from user, like submitting a form, contact details, like that. We'll come to the input part bit later. So these are the self-closing tag. Image, BR is nothing but the break line, HR is horizontal line, and the input tag. Okay, now let's see the text formatting. Let's say we need an output like this. So this is and other things are normally written, but very important is highlighted. So let's come back to our code editor. Okay, now in our code editor, let's say I need to highlight coding colleague. So what I do, I'll add a strong tag. So and I'll put this content in middle of this. So what does this strong tag do? It bolds this coding colleague. So let's see the output. Oh, you can see here HTML lecture 1 by this has been highlighted. Okay, so the strong tag is used to highlight. And this one here I want to make it as italic. So then I'll use an em tag. Em tag will make this look like italic text. You can see HTML lecture 1 is written bit like italic and by is written normally, then coding kali is written in bold. Okay, so em tag makes our text look bit italic and the strong tag makes our text look bolder. Then let's add another. Let's say type npm install. So npm install is nothing but a coding term. So this is the coding term, right? So I want to make sure that user knows this is a coding term. So what I do, I write this inside a code tag. So mm, how does it look? Oh yeah, you can see the styling. Styling is changed bit to like it looks like something technical terms. Okay, and then like suppose I want to write H2O or power of something. I want to write, let's say I'll open a tag and I want to write 2 power 4. So 2 power 4, I can't write it as like this. So 2 power is nothing but a superscript. So I'll open a superscript tag and write 4. So you can see 2 power 4 has been written. Suppose I want to write H2O. H2O is nothing but water. I don't need to specify that. So H and 2 should be written below. So I'll use subscript tag. So here I'll write 2 and then O. So you can see H2O 2 power 4, and then this is written bit in italic, and this is written in bold letters, and this is written in little bit in coding terms. I mean, uh, technical text, coding text. Okay, so in this lecture we had completed the HTML structure and some of the basic tags. So in next lecture we'll see HTML list and HTML tables and then forms. So you can check out the study material link in description, and keep coding and happy learning. Bye bye.